James Melendez. So welcome to the tasting table. This wine is next from the producer Bergström. This is Shea Vineyard Yamhill-Carlton District. This is Oregon Pinot Noir 2011 vintage. I'll give you my thoughts, impressions, and point score on this wine, so stay tuned. So here's what I picked up in Willamette Valley on a visit to Bergström. It was about 2014. This is a 2011 vintage. Maybe it was 2015 that I was visiting. And so here's a front label. Here's a back label. Now this is a 12.75% ABV wine. It's capture and beautiful capture of Oregon Pinot Noir, Willamette Valley Pinot Noir. And I believe that this is such a handsome, gorgeous wine. I did open this up and I want to taste this wine for quite some time. And that's what you do sometimes. You just, I think it's a good measure to taste these wines. Is there a regret? Sometimes, yes. According to Bergström's website, this could go to 2030. But what I'm getting right now is a fantastically lyrical, beautiful wine. And I'm glad I opened it up. So sometimes I think while it can go to a certain date in the future, I often think when's the optimum time? Maybe it's actually a decade before, 5 years before, whatever year it is before. I looked on the Shea as well as the Bergström site to see what clones were implemented. I do not know. I believe there are 6 clones on the site itself. Now the site is 400 to 600 feet above sea level, which is about 122 to 183 meters above sea level. And very nicely expressive colorization, low ABV, right? In some ways, I think when I see something like this, I may not taste this again in the future. And so that could be a point of climate change. And so I hope that I do taste more 12.75 Pinot Noir in the future. Now, where this wine succeeds ultimately is it has great complexity, both on the nose and the palate. And they're not necessarily the same, not that they're always meant to be. And in fact, I find that to be exquisitely exciting and enticing when there are very different notes altogether. So on this, I'm getting character of raspberry, morello cherry, dried herbs, bay leaf, as well as dried red rose petal, and autumnal Douglas fir forest. Next is a palate characterization. Noticeable acidity, a relevant and lively wine. It does not express its age. In many ways, it's not that old. And I think this is a very expressive, beautiful, structured wine and showing the elegance of the fruit. So this is giving me character of morello cherry notes as well as crushed red pepper, tea, dried purple flowers, and mint and mineral notes. This is a 96 point wine out of 100 points. I'll see you in the next video review. Stay tuned for more. Santé.